Hello everybody, it's time for my May wrap-up and for my June TBR. This month has been quite a good reading month for me because I don't think I've read so many books, or at least so many pages, in like the last few months or even years. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to my wrap-up. The first book I read this month was The Tree by Ali Shaw. I really had a lot of high expectations to this book and was actually really disappointed in it, and that's why I also gave it only 2 stars. You expect from the synopsis on the back, you really expect a lot of action in this book, and it just didn't happen. I did a review on this book and I will link it down in the description box. Yeah, so I still love the cover though, but the book wasn't as good as I was hoping for. Next, I read the entire Lunar Chronicles series because I'm not really someone to like start a series with 1 book or 2 books and then not just go through it, so I really like to marathon a series, so that's why I put this on my TBR this month. I really liked the first and the second book, which is Cinder and Scarlet. I still try to figure out which one of these is my favorite. I think I would go with Scarlet here because I just love wolves. Then after Cinder and Scarlet, I read Cress. I also like that one a lot because of the relationship that is kind of developing between Thorn and Cress. Then I read The Fairest, which is like book 3.5 in the series. It's about the villain, the evil queen of Luna, and the strange thing about this book, it makes you hate her even more than you did, or than you started to hate her in the first 3 books. So after this, you like really hate her, but I really think you really should read this before you continue with the series. Then the last book is Winter. I just finished this like 2 hours ago. So technically I finished it in June, but it was only like 20 pages left, so I'm still gonna count this for May TBR. I kind of had a hard time with this one. It's also the biggest of them all. It's around 800 pages. The others are around 300-400 pages. And it really was kind of slow to get somewhere, and yeah, I just couldn't really fall in love with this one, and I'm not really sure I like the ending of it. So yeah, this one here only got 3 stars, and the other books got 4.5 stars. But still, I really liked the series, and I think it's a brilliant idea to like turn a fairy tale into this cyborg, futury sci-fi kind of thing. So that was really a very good idea of Marissa Meyers, and I really loved that. Then my last book I read this month was the graphic novel of Percy Jackson's. I think it's the 2nd book in the series. I usually don't read graphic novels, but my son got this from the library, so it's in German, so I don't know the title of it in English. That was my first graphic novel I ever read, and I didn't really like it. Like I don't think I'm the person for graphic novels, so I also didn't like the paintings or the drawings. That's just not my kind of style, and I also feel like I've seen the movie for this one, so I kind of knew what the story was about, and I feel like if you wouldn't know the story, you wouldn't really understand what's going on here in this book. So yeah, that's why I only gave it 1 star, just because yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it's just nothing for me, so I'm not gonna read any graphic novels anymore. So that was it for my May wrap up. Now we come to my June TBR. My June TBR includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books and 1 audiobook, which is actually 3 books, but I think I'm only gonna get to 1 or maybe 2 of them. I'm going to start off with my audiobook. It's the first I ever have. I also got this from the library in my hometown. It's in German and it's the Ruby Red trilogy by Kirsten Gier. I read the first one, the Ruby Red, in German as a physical book. Then I got Sapphire Blue as a ebook on my e-reader. And when I was like halfway through with Sapphire Blue, my e-reader broke down, so I couldn't finish this book. And then when it was all fixed, I didn't pick it up anymore, so yeah. And this week I went to the library and saw they had the audiobook for this trilogy, so I decided to try this. Since I've already read Ruby Red, I didn't listen to that one anymore, but with Sapphire Blue I'm already halfway through. So pretty much the part I read on the ebook I've heard now, but yeah, I hope I'm gonna finish this in this month, and I hope I also get to Emerald Green, so if I can finally finish this series. Then to my physical books I want to read. The first one is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Jane Austen. I got this because the movie is gonna come out soon here in Switzerland and I really want to go see it, and I decided to read the book first. And I'm usually not really into classics, but I feel like this one could really be cool, so yeah, that's why I got this one. Then my next book on my TBR is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. And as far as I can tell, it's also a fairy tale retelling of Snow White, I think, or something like this. Right now I'm really in the mood for fairy tale retellings, so yeah, that's what's on my TBR. My third book for this month is Dune by Carrie Corp and Laurie Langdon. It's a fantasy novel, I think, and it's also book 1 in a series of 3, I think. I'm not sure really, but yeah, that's just also one I got and feel like reading now. Next is The Captive Prince, which is by C.S. Packet. And it's also the first book in a trilogy, and it's about a prince who gets abducted, I think, gets kidnapped and taken prisoner. Yeah, pretty much like the title says. Next we have The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I have this book really for a couple of months now and I feel like reading it. I also really love this cover, like this kind of stormy feel it has to it, and yeah, I'm just really in the mood for these kinds of books right now. Then my last book in English is The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I only have the first book yet because I want to see if I like it, and if I do, I'm gonna get the other one, which is The Glass Sword, I think. Then my last 2 books I want to read are German books, because in the last couple of weeks I really bought a lot of German books and I usually don't read in German, so I decided to set myself a goal to read at least 1, if not 2 German books per month, so I can get rid of that stack of German books. And the first one is Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren. This book's title in English in the original version is, don't they say, I think it's, oh yeah, it's also Beautiful Bastard. And this is just about this man and this intern who kind of get into a relationship, I think, and he's just really good looking and handsome, and he knows it, and the intern isn't really sure if she wants to get into a relationship with him, so yeah. Sounds interesting, kind of like 50 Shades of Grey kind of style, so, but I don't think with all the sex scenes. And my last book for June is the Reisen mit Russen, which is translated into Traveling with Russians by Alexandra Fröhlich. I just like the cover of this book, and like they have these little decorations here all around the book. I don't really know what it's all about. I think it's about a woman who has to go find her husband in Russia, and she only has his mother to help her find him. So yeah, they kind of get to travel around Russia in a car. That's all the books I want to read for June. I hope I can get through my whole TBR for June, even though it's really a lot of books, but they are a lot smaller than the other ones I had for May, so I hope I'm gonna go through with it. So yeah. Well, thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.